Yep, we're good.
Rob and Slim Show.
Hey, it's Bob Levy.
Hey, great. How you doing, Bob?
Doing good.
Nice,
hey,
nice.
Can we curse?
Yeah, we can curse as much as we fucking want. We can say cunt.
Nice.
Yeah. Now I wrote like a page and a half of questions for you, bro. So we gotta fit this in.
For you.
Oh,
Right.
you can go too, Slim. But how long have you been doing stand up for, Bob?
25 years.
Wow. Now, how different is it when you started to now? Like, I feel like the social media thing, you know, it's kind of easier to get your shit out there, but at the same time, it's harder to build a fan base.
Hey, look, nobody really fucking comes. Anybody on social media doesn't come out to shows, okay?
Yeah.
They're basically, if you notice, they're on fucking line when you come home. They're online in the morning. They're online in the afternoon. Because, you know, I always check it just to see what's going on. And, you know, it works maybe 1%.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know, you might get like 4 people at a show or 2 at a show. That's from Twitter or Facebook. They basically stay home.
Yeah. It's hard, dude. It's really hard to build a fan base, man.
Yeah, the people come. As long as it's advertised right, the people will come. You know, that's the whole thing, man. Like now, everybody wants to be a comic. You know.
Yeah.
And you put together these shit shows, and fucking people show up, and they're like, "What the fuck? This is comedy," and they never go to comedy again because they think that's what it is.
Yeah. I loved your feud with Lady Di on the O&A show not too long ago, dude. I laughed at that for fucking weeks. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, you know, he's a good guy, but, you know, he gets on my nerves sometimes. I just wish I'd fucking do radio in the morning. I've been doing today, all day, I'm doing radio.
Wow.
And fucking getting gigs booked and doing this. Man, and I still got to do another show at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, you said that, man. I was honored you said yes to this interview.
Hey, man, that's what I do. What the fuck, you know what I mean? I don't want to be a douchebag, you know what I mean?
Yup.
People should help other people out. That's the way I look at things.
Yeah, man. Speaking of douchebags, I checked out that you slapped Danny Bonaduce, and I just wanted to know why that went down.
Because it was acting.
Okay, that's what I didn't know. I didn't know, man.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, that video was basically 2 minutes. He was supposed to push me, and he never did. So I was just babbling. And I'm like, how the fuck are you going to cut that up? You know? It's just ridiculous. That's what happens when you deal with fucking douchebags, money hounds, and fucking, you know, lying fucks. So,
yeah,
I learned
man.
my lesson, you know, fuck them.
Yeah, he was a prick, man. And so were his dudes, man. That's why I was laughing until I saw how much fucking pricks they were, man. They were fucking douchebags.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Everybody's time comes around.
Yeah.
And when the time comes around, you're going to see who wins.
Yeah, I agree. Can you talk about what went down with you and Howard?
Basically, you know, what everybody knows, you know. Well, basically quit to do O&A, you know. I kind of, you know, said I wanted to be on a show where you can be a comedian. Just walk in there and do, you know, funny stuff. And you don't answer questions beforehand. And, you know, it was the same thing. Say these words. You know, that was a bit I came up with. I could say hedonism. I could say rotisserie. I could say all that.
Yeah.
Every interview was that. And I was like, I'm not going to get any, you know what I mean? Like any acting work or anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It just seems like Howard, he don't go to bat for his people, man. He just about himself.
I don't know. I mean, he just doesn't live in the same world, you know, as most normal people.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm sure more will come out when, you know, when he's off the air, I'm sure. I mean, people are terrified of him there, but they're fucking sissies, so
yeah.
who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
well, you know, fucking have your tongue up his ass and fucking have it. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to do that.
Now, it said, too, you used to work with Kid Chris. I used to love that dude, man. I listen to him every day.
In the afternoon, that was fucking great, man. I used to just sit here with the computer up, fucking writing lines, fucking coming up with bits, fucking Chris would hit me up and say, fucking Thomas is, you know, starting to talk shit. He goes, just come running in here and fucking choke him out and fucking, you know, tackle him. And we knocked all those old fucking tapes off the wall. I threw them in the wall, and then I got a fucking wedgie on him, and I picked them up in the air. I don't know how I picked up that fucking big chap. I did. It was probably the best time ever on radio. It was probably, I would say, the best show.
That's amazing.
Ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that 3 o'clock show was the best show.
Yeah, oh, dude, I loved it.
I had fun.
What is he doing now?
San Antonio.
Yeah. What is Kid Chris doing now? Do you know?
He's in Cincinnati now.
Okay, yeah. I always wondered what happened to him, man. Me and my buddy Christian at work always talk about how cool his fucking show was, dude.
No, you can just look him up, and you can listen. Like, they put the podcast up, and it's without the commercials.
Nice.
It's on from like 5:30 to 9 in the morning. But look it up, and you'll see the podcast. It's basically, you know,
cool,
an hour and something, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all the, you know, the hits or whatever, you know. I miss him, you know. I miss the show.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, I thought he was one of the most talented people I ever met.
Yeah, he was. He was fucking great.
Cranky little fucking midget, but the whole thing was, you know, he knows what he's doing, and we were on the same brain level of, you know, how to torture people, and that's what the show was about, you know. We didn't take no shit from any other stations. We went after them, and fucking, you know, we were brutal to ourselves.
Hell yeah.
And that's fun.
That's it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, you gotta have fun, man. But you can hear the show, man. I'm telling you, I'm sure it's still good. I haven't, you know, since I've been doing Philly mornings and fucking Boston nights. I'm like fucking my kid, the band practice, fucking, you know, so much shit, doing gigs, doing Christmas parties. I'm fucking dead. That's why I'm actually taping a tomorrow morning show. I'm doing the shows from my house from now on.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You know, it's early in the morning, you know what I mean? And nobody will fucking know. I'll put up a post, you guys ready? And then they'll fucking, you know, on Twitter, and they'll all be there fucking commenting, and I'll go back to sleep.
You're talking about, like, your podcast, right? Where were you originally doing it?
I didn't know. I did it in the studio. I was doing it live, man.
Oh,
because
okay.
I always, look, the one thing I always said, you do it live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I always like to do it live, and I would never do a podcast or anything, I said, because if you don't listen, that's it. You don't have another chance.
Nice.
You know, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, you tune in or you don't fucking listen. You know, I'm not going to cater to you around your fucking schedule. If you want to listen, you can listen. But, you know, one of the guys put it on Stitcher, so it kind of goes up on there that shows that one. But the Boston one doesn't. We're going to try to get the older shows on there, you know, because, you know, it's taking off so big. It's a big station. It's 50,000 watts and carries to fucking overseas sometimes, you know, when the right signal is up.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Cool.
I mean, that's what it is. Radio is fun.
Yeah.
Radio is fucking, you know, I don't have to deal with anybody. I always make it where I'm the boss.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yup.
And I can walk away from it at any time. I always make that a thing because, you know, if I'm just not in the mood for it anymore, when the fun's out of it, it's time to move on to something else, you know?
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
That's the way you do it.
Fuck yeah.
Do you have, like, a staff or anything for your podcast, or you just do it literally on your own?
I don't do shit. I don't know how to do that fucking shit. The one guy did it, but now, you know, I basically can, with the files, I'm going to just give them to John Kensel, who's going to come over in a little while, and then he can put it up on Stitcher. And then, you know, we do the morning show, go on, it's 4:30 in the morning to 6:30, and then, you know, we put it up at about 11 when it goes back on Stitcher, you know?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Listen whenever you can, you know what I mean? That's what I write. I fucking, you know, if you got time, listen. If you don't, fuck it. Who cares, you know?
Yeah. Fuck
Cool,
yeah.
man. So I've always heard like I know that you have like a lot of history of like Jim Norton and Jim Florentine. Were you guys always like good friends? Like, did you like? I don't really know all the background with that.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, you know, we've been friends for, you know, like I met Jim, I don't know, maybe I was doing it 2 years when I met Florentine.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we were friends, and he, you know, he wasn't really ready to go on the road, but I took him on the road, and, you know, because he was able to get chicks because he had the long hair, so we banged a lot of strippers in Canada, and it was just like fucking, just so much fun. And then Norton, I just found, he used to come to my shows, and he goes, and his nose, he always had like a handkerchief, like a little tissue, and his nose was always running. It probably still is. And he'd go, hey man, big fan, brought 20 people. And my first wife would go, that little creepy guy's here again. And I basically had a bad drinking problem, so I would say, okay, you know, you come to my house. I was 20 minutes away, and I would drive to the gigs, but then they would drive home. And we had a ball together, and they learned because I teach people rough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't let them, you know, if I say you're going to do 10 minutes, and, you know, I test them, and then I go, okay, do 17 to 20. And they never hesitated. And that same thing with Don Jameson. They never fucking hesitated. So that's when you know that you're into it. And other people that waste my time, I just fucking get rid of them, you know?
Yeah, I like that. That's the way to be.
Yeah, you have to test them. You got to want to do, if you don't want this for fucking, you know, for the right reasons, don't fucking go on stage, man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking don't waste time, you know, and make the business look like shit when you got 7 fucking open micers charging a cover charge, you know, and it's fucking horrendous. It's like watching your fucking mother get raped.
Nice.
But not as good.
Yeah, definitely not as good. I loved. I almost asked you how you got the Reverend nickname, and I ended up reading that Jackie Martlin gave you that name.
Yes, that's what I was at Rascals for West Orange for 2 years, because I got into comedy from, you know, I was the guy at the bar when new people came into our bar. I would go over and bust their balls so they would want to fight us. So my friend said, why don't you try comedy? You're pretty good at this, man, because people want to fight us right away, so it's great. You must be good at this. So I started going down there every Tuesday. And then after 2 years, I was headlining, you know, even though I had only hit 25 minutes, but nobody could follow me. So, and, you know, people were a little bitter. I mean, like, I didn't get any help from anybody.
Yeah.
You know, Jackie helped guided me, but when I got into the business, I had no idea. Like the other comedians, I thought somebody else sent them. I didn't know an agent booked the room. I didn't know anything, you know?
Yeah.
And it just went from there, man. And I have, you know, you get that, you know, underground following, and you know, and then you go, okay, now I'm gonna go and do. I want to get on all these radio shows, and then you get on there, you know.
Nice. Yeah, man.
You gotta have, you know, you gotta have it to get on them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
People always go, ooh, you know, the Howard fans that are bitter. I don't know why they're bitter, because it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? You can't believe one side when the facts are totally stacked against him.
Yeah, man. He even had the gag order on O&A back in the day. They couldn't even fucking say his name, dude.
There's no gag order on me. There will be a book once the time is right.
Yeah.
But, you know, basically I got fucked up by Tim Sabian and Jared. It was a little boy toy. But believe me, this book it's not only going to be about that. You know, it's basically a book of me growing up as a fucking maniac until now. You know?
Yeah, man.
It's going to be a good read. It's not about Howard bashing and that shit. I'm just going to tell the truth what I seen with my eyes. You
That's
know
the
what
best
I mean?
shit, man.
When I was here, when I was on the road, when I was working there, how people run the business in the back. You know what I mean? That's why I know radio.
That's the shit I love, man.
Watch it. You got to watch every fucking part of it.
Yeah. The behind the scenes shit. Now it said you were a wrestler too.
Yeah, I did that for a little while because me and Norton did Vince's son's Shane McMahon's bachelor party. I'm sure he talked about it on the air.
Yeah.
And he went up there and tanked. Like he didn't know any wrestlers, but I was up there doing like a few impressions, and they really liked me, and they were like, you should maybe we can use an announcer like you. Maybe. And my next door neighbor had a wrestling school. He said, yeah, come on, the Monster Factory over here, and I think it's in Woodbury or something like that, but it's the Monster Factory, and basically a lot of the big stars came out of there. And I trained there, and I just had fun, and it's not as easy as you think.
No.
So you have to respect those guys. I'm telling you, if I put one of you fuckers in the ring and just made you do the basic drills by yourself, you would basically kick your own ass.
Yeah, dude, a couple years ago I did a backyard wrestling. I never wanted to do it again, man.
No, I mean, look, these mats are they hurt, okay? And when you got to do back bump after back bump by yourself, okay? And then you got to do front flips and land perfectly, you know what I mean? With your feet and the upper back and your ass touching at the same time. That's how you avoid injuries.
Yeah.
And basically the guy that's losing is doing all the work. The other guy is just guiding his head, so when he flips over, he doesn't really land on his head. So if you watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about. And to run the ropes, like we had to run the ropes for like 5 minutes at full speed. And I've seen people just fucking collapse and like fucking fall through. You know what I mean? It's like, and then they thought you had to get thrown out off the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it was fun because I love anything. There's nothing I won't try,
Yeah.
Because, even at 52, I don't care. I still think I'm 20 and I fucking enjoy life. And I'm not going to be fucking held back by anything. You know what I mean? I never even broke a bone in my whole fucking life.
Me neither.
Shit. And a girl in fucking Canada.
I was curious earlier. You said that like you shouldn't be doing like stand-up comedy for all the wrong reasons. Well, what are the wrong reasons to be doing stand-up?
Because your friends say you're funny. Because the fact that what I mean. You're not in it for the business reason. You're in it basically. Maybe to pick up chicks or get free, or just say you're a comedian. Man, I can bring you to shows and fucking you sit in the audience, and if you break a smile, I will fucking snap your jaw right there. That's how fucking serious I am about this business.
Yeah.
And when you got shows like that going around, and people look at comedy, they don't know what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? It always says comedy show. What the fuck? A comedy show? Hey, $10. Hey, that's pretty cheap. And you go in there and you see horse shit.
Yeah. Yup.
If you want to see horse shit, go to the fucking stable. It's just, you don't charge people if you're fucking not ready. You know? And there should be, people in charge saying when you're ready. And if you book a fucking club, and you book somebody like me and Florentine or fucking Jameson for a certain price, you better have that money in your fucking pocket before the show.
Yeah.
Because your fuck-ups are not my problem.
Have you ever had to get shitty with somebody that didn't have the money?
Well, yeah. I would think so. It's never a good scene for them.
Yeah.
I've calmed down a lot since I stopped drinking and doing coke. But there were a few people got hurt, and a few people basically you know, got fucking, you know, what they got coming for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember in me and Florentine in Florida, we canceled the college because they said, no, you got to come Tuesday to Saturday. Then we go there, and it's Tuesday, there's no show, and they take the money out. And I'm like, oh, this ain't happening.
Yeah.
So I think the ladies said, we don't. I go, get your son down here because I'm going to fucking kill him. So, you know, he wouldn't come down. So he broke the glass where the T-shirts were. We took all the T-shirts in the car. We're fucking laughing. We go back to the hotel. Jim calls his friend in fucking New York and says, just leave your phone off the hook. So this phone was off the hook for probably 24 hours. You know what that bill is? and let me think of one other time. Okay, another time somebody fucked around, you know, and then they got theirs and went back to the hotel. I put on the heat, you know, those little vent things that are in the room. I put the heat on really high, and I pissed in it, right? then I told my girlfriend at the time, I go, listen, you got to get out of here. I actually made a shit sandwich. I moved the top of the bed off and took a shit, and then put the bed back on top of it.
Oh, fucking amazing.
But listen to me. Look, we're not, you know what I mean? I grew up in a place where you didn't fuck with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how
I mean, nowadays, like, you know, he who retaliates somebody is the one that's arrested.
Yeah.
It's never the one that starts it,
Yup.
which is bullshit. You
Exactly.
know, which I hate that. That's why I always have cops here, I guess. But, you know, yeah, like the whole Howard thing got blown out of proportion, but I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He sent the cops here from New York City, and
Yeah.
got to talk to detectives at fucking 10:30 at night. But at least they knew, you know, they knew me. They listened to the show. They're like, you can't do that. I go, oh, you can do that? I go, they're not calling me back. I was trying to get his attention.
Yeah, I had the same thing once.
Kill people.
My brother-in-law, I called him a pussy, and the cop's like, you can't call him a pussy. I'm like, why not? He was being a fucking pussy. The fuck? So, yeah, that's...
There's so much shit going on now with the cops and everything. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is, you know, there's fucking, you know, they got to start, I think everything should be seen by the grand jury and something like that, because then, you know what I mean, you have people on, you know, in the stand that are all different races, you understand? And it has to be everybody's saying yes or no.
Yeah.
So why not do that? Why fucking, you know, like the last guy was just standing there. You know what I mean? He was mouthing off and that shit, but you don't stand around him for 10 or 12 minutes and just, you know, and keep him going. He's selling cigarettes. You know what I mean? How much is he coming home? $25 a day?
Yeah.
I mean, fucking who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just say, look, they want you away from the store, move away from the store, and things are fine. But, you know, the whole thing is that, you know, you got to just fucking... You know, you got to kind of take it easy. And, like, with that case, you know, let it go to the grand jury.
Yeah.
It was stupid not to because of the fact that you just had two other things happen, you know?
Yup.
And of course, everybody thinks they're fucking lawyers and that shit, and they don't have the facts. So let it go to the jury, and then the facts come out, and you'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not your judgment of saying, like, if somebody reaches for a gun, okay, if I reach for a cop's gun, right?
Right.
Either me or him are going to die. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay? So that case is pretty clear. Okay? The one in Cleveland with the kid with the fake gun. You can't do that. You cannot do that. And the cops thought it was a real gun because they took the thing off. And you have a split decision, my life or yours. So right there, I say, right there, you know, that cop should not be in trouble. But the last one, you know what I mean? It was like, you know, you just move them along. You know what I mean?
Yup.
I remember being younger, and a cop said something to me, and I said, "Go fuck yourself," and they smashed my head against the fucking dashboard. That's what happens, man.
Yeah.
You know, the front of my car. And I don't, I know if I wrestle with a cop, if I don't listen, they're gonna fucking pin me with their knee on my back of my neck, and I know that.
Yeah.
But they're just tired of it. There's too many videos popping up now, and like we talked about earlier, it's not as much as you think it's happening. It's just all these videos and that shit. If you look at the real record, it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah. It's just those incidents get out there.
Not go into the neighborhoods, and then the people that want to live and have a life, you know what I mean? I think, Reverend Al Sharpton should sit down with some people and go, hey, let's build up, all these inner cities that don't have a lot of money, and, get people to donate their time, and let them live in a house that, you know what I mean, that you can live in. I mean, like, I don't live far from Camden, but the whole thing is that, in the summertime, if you don't, these are human beings that don't have air conditioning, and you know how hot it gets.
Yeah, dude.
And what would it cost Sears to fucking help out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look good, and and to help, building people just come in and fix up people's houses and do it in, in cities that have bad sections, all these abandoned buildings, redo them, man. It's all profit in the end. It brings money to your city.
Exactly.
You're going to get the money back, but nobody looks at things the way I do. You know what I mean? That's why I'd run for president if I didn't fuck so many whores on the road.
I'd vote, dude.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I have every idea that, can straighten things out. You know? You got to sit down with the leaders and say, look, we're not going to fight anymore. That's it. Next thing that happens, boom. It's going to trial, no matter what. There's nothing you can't bring anybody back now. There might have been some fuck ups, but look, got to stop it and let's work. You know what I mean? This is our country. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
It's not the white man's country. It's not the black man's country.
Everybody's.
It's not anybody else's country. It's everybody's.
Yup. That's like when your parents say it's my house. It's everybody's house, dude.
No, that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I own the electric company? I don't know what the fuck you do on the side. I'll turn the light out when I'm ready. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, man.
Hey, well, listen, I got to get going because my buddy's coming, but definitely, guys, you let me know. I'll come back on. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You just let me know. You got me, okay?
All right, Bob.
We
Thank you
appreciate
so
it, Bob.
much, dude.
Hey, anytime, you just let me know when you want me back on, and we'll set up a date, and I'll make sure I have more time for you. I'm sorry that everything got fucked up today, but
No,
That's all right, man.
hate to do that.
We
I
really
usually
appreciate
stay
it.
on for like fucking an hour and a half screaming about shit.
I would love that, man.
Yeah, and next time we will, okay?
Cool, dude.
All right. Thanks, Bob. Do you have
Fuck
anything
them
you
out,
want to?
motherfuckers.
You got anything you want to plug, man?
This girl down the street, but my wife might get mad. Well, listen, my Boston show's on tonight. I put up the links on Twitter at a certain time. You'll see them. It'll probably be the only thing that I retweet tonight.
Cool.
Listen to me and Joe Conti now, and just take some notes.
Yeah.
Watch how people look at this. I'm going to tell you something right now. We're not even in the same room. We're not
Wow.
even looking at each other on camera. And listen to tonight's show. Okay. And also, we're doing a thing with this guy Todd Wharton that has this. It's a site for all entertainers. You know what I mean? So if you got tapes and shit, put it on there. Get tight. You know what I mean? Because you don't know who's going to be on there. But you'll see. Listen to the show from 10 to 12, and you're going to see me fucking just on fire. You know what I mean? Jones knows when to cut in.
Nice.
There's nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way you do radio. And we're not even in the same fucking room.
Nice, dude. Good shit.
Okay?
All right.
And you let me know when you want me back, and I'll be here, okay?
Thank you, Bob.
You got it, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Take care, man.
You too. Pause that. And right back to the music. Wow.
That was awesome.
Fucking
That was
amazing.
really cool.
That's what I'm saying. Even though there was like 3 guests that canceled tonight, the 2 that we had, I just knew were going to be great. Phenomenal.
Wow, that's cool. I'm gonna have to listen to his show tonight, man.
Yeah, dude. Maybe the rest of our show will be listening to Bob's show.
Right.
I got a fucking piss, dude.
All right. Well,
Wow.
we'll take a break. We'll figure out if we're gonna come back or what we're doing next.
Yeah.
We'll be back, guys.
Robin Slip. Shoot.